Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about fertilizers, their effect on the soil and the environmental problems created by the pesticides. So fertilizers are very essential for increasing the agricultural productivity and yield. It has been estimated that about 70% of the agricultural growth can be attributed to the increased fertilizer use. As we can see in the graph, over the years, the consumption and production of fertilizers has been increased, but the import uh, started increasing in the early 80s. Then after 2010, it started decreasing. Fertilizers quality control. The government has issued the Fertilizers Control Order 1985 under the Essential Commodity Act 1955. This order sampling analysis and provision for appointment of enforcement agencies for regulating the trade and distribution of fertilizers. There are 43 fertilizer quality control and training institute at Faridabad with its one central fertilizer quality control at Madras. Now let us discuss about the beneficial effects of fertilizers. Fertilizers are used to increase the food production, for the improvement of soil in temperature areas, checking of soil erosion, conservation of soil and water, enhancement in water and efficiency of crops. But there are so many harmful effects or the adverse effect of fertilizers on the environment, especially on the soil. So some of the adverse effects are there. First is the changes in mobility status of nutrients in the soil. Second, the deterioration of water resources caused by eutrophication. Third, stimulation of weed growth in crop fields. Disturbance in the ionic balance and equilibrium in soils, often leading to the high acidity, nutritional imbalance, shortage of certain trace elements, and molybdenum or selenium of the toxicity. The excessive application of nitrogenous fertilizers to soil can lead to its accumulation to such a stage that the plants begin to absorb excess amount, and even then some of the excess amounts present in the soil get leaked off through the soil into the groundwater or into the stream and springs. Then the next topic is pesticides and the environmental problems created by pesticides. The use of pesticides until 1940s, the following chemicals were used to control pesticide. First, the element fungicides like sulfur, copper, mercury, organomercury against the fungal diseases. Second, the copper sulfate, sodium arsenite, and ferrous sulfate against the weeds. Natural insecticides, for example, pyrethrum and nicotine against the beetles and aphids. Petroleum, etc., against uh, the red spider mites, eggs, etc. Lead arsenate against the caterpillars. Even these chemicals were sparingly used. The application to cereals used to confined to seed treatment with organomercury to kill borne pathogens. The organochlorine insecticides and herbicides became quite widespread in the mid and late 1950s, and a large variety of these dangerous compounds were being used in the 1960s in USA, UK, and other developed countries. The British government approved over 150 chemicals for the use of pesticides and herbicides. Now the problems created by the pesticides applications. First is the harm to the fishes, especially that kind of cases or the serious cases came across in USA, where around 5 million fishes died. The widespread use of DDT as an insecticide has also aroused considerable concern in recent years. As a result, some countries have already legally banned its use. Second, the harm to the herbicides, harm which are caused by the herbicides. So, residues of various weedicides and insecticides often accumulate in agricultural soil rapidity. Damage to the extent of complete destruction of vegetation. So, the impact of some chemical waste such as phenol, metals, etc., applied to soil may go to the extent to completely destruct the vegetation and the soil sterilization. Adverse consequences of pesticides like DDT. Most pesticides tend to accentuate the problem of both production and pollution instead of containing them. The consequence of pesticide is almost invariably adverse and harmful. In the 19th century, the ladybug beetle was brought from Australia to uh, California to control a scale insect pest of oranges. It is reported that the beetle successfully kept the pest under check for more than 5 decades until about 1946 when DDT began to be used in the citrus orchards. The beetle was susceptible to DDT and hence its population declined. However, a subsequent withdrawal of DDT again restored it to the natural balance of biological control within a few years. In fact, DDT is one of the most effective pesticides known. This is the reason why it was banned in the USA in 1972. Another harmful effect of pesticide is harm to the human beings. Human beings are exposed to pesticides mainly through the intake of food and war, but also by inhaling contaminated air. Several pesticides are teratogenic, mutagenic, and carcinogenic. Harm to the bees. Bees vitally aid to the pollination of several plants. Pesticides have adversely affected some honeybees and other useful insects whose population has declined. Accordingly, to the Pimentel, annual agricultural losses due to poor pollination from pesticides can be as high as US dollar 4,000 million in the US. Another damage is damage to the crops. Sometimes crops are damaged by pesticide application. For example, application of improper dosage under unfavorable conditions. Secondly, the herbicides that drift from a treated crop to a nearly crop also cause serious environmental problems. Persistence herbicides also can injure the crop's plantation in rotation. Another harm is the harm which is caused to the fisheries and wildlife. Drifting or leaching pesticides drain into nearly water bodies causes fishery and wildlife loss. Wild birds and mammals exposed to pesticides suffer by death from direct exposure to high dosage and reduced survival growth and reproduction from exposure to the subtle doses. Then next is the harmful effect of decomposers. Pesticides have harmful effect on insects, earthworms, invertebrates, protozoas, microbes found in the soil, especially the decomposers. which ultimately put their inverse or the adverse effect to the fertility of the soil. Then next is the development of secondary pests. The use of pesticide kill natural enemies and create such problem as the development of secondary pest, for example, the red spider mites. Resurgence of primary pest can also occur. Another harm is the elimination of birds. As we can see in the near past, some of the bird has been extincted, like the Goreya chidia, the bird. Some species of eagles and top carnivores are known to be eliminated by DDT because contaminated adult fail to lay viable eggs. Population of peregrine falcons and some pelicans have disappeared from some areas from another areas where excessive use of DDT interfered with the bird's ability to transport calcium to the growing eggs, leading to marked thinning of the eggshells. Such weak eggs fail to reach the hatching stage. It is discovered that in ringdovers, DDT greatly reduced the activity of carbonic anhydrase. This enzyme is critical in providing calcium for egg cell growth, which we can say that, like, when the pesticide inhibits this enzyme, eggshells grow thinner. Growth of new pests. Artificial introduction of pesticides in the environment upset natural biological control. This is the reason why new pests are created in this way, because their natural predator, which previously checked their population, are eliminated. In this way, the mites have become a pest as a consequence of the emergence of pesticide industry. The effect on algae. Some of the pesticides inhibit division in aquatic algae. They may decrease their rates of photosynthesis. In this way, they almost produce changes in the species consumption, composition and diversity of algal communities. Flora and fauna. Pesticides have adverse effect on the flora and fauna of soils. Effects on mycorrhizal fungi or the decomposer bacteria in forest would almost certainly alter the plant community structure in forests. Some soil animals consume plant debris and contribute to the soil fertility. Use of insecticides changes the populations of some of these animals. It leads to the reduction in soil fertility, especially in the wooded land. And the next topic is waterlogging. The soil whose surface layer are saturated with water is called waterlogged soil, and the water saturation of soil that fills all air space and causes the plant roots to die from the lack of oxygen as a result of over irrigation. It may be because of over irrigation, excessive rainfall, flood, and all these things. So waterlogging is present in the situation where the underground water comes on the surface of land and is in certain cases it gathers on the ground level of lands. It may assume the shape of stream. Causes of waterlogging. It may be because of the seepage of water through canal system, poor surface runoff and slow drainage, interruption of surface runoff, excessive rainfall, floods, poor water management. By breaking hard pit at a canal bed, railway lines, roads. Another topic is salinity, and this is the last topic of this lecture. Salinity is when if the concentration of harmful salts in the root zone of a plant increases to such an extent that the plant growth is affected, then such a situation is called salinity. So there are various reasons of salinity. Most of the reasons are similar to that of the waterlogging. Soil salinity. Soil salinity refers to presence of salt in the root zones of the soil. It adversely affects the growth of plants. The general symptom of salinity are retarded growth, smaller plants with fewer leaves, darker green than the normal leaves. About 48 lakh hectare area are estimated to be affected by salinity and 25 lakh hectare area by alkalinity. Saline soils include 10 lakh hectare area in arid and semi-arid regions of Rajasthan, Gujarat, and 14 lakh hectare area in black cotton soil. The alkali problem is mainly in Punjab, Haryana, and Uttar Pradesh in India. Let us discuss about the causes of salinity. The factors contributing towards the problem of salinity are almost same as that of waterlogging, and every agriculture soil has certain mineral salts such as NaCl, Na2CO3, Na2SO4, etc. When these soluble alkali salts are in excess in the soil and further groundwater table is very near to the ground, these salts get mixed with the groundwater, and with upward movement of water not only accumulated in first 3-4 feet of soil layer below the ground surface but also forms a thin 2 to 3 crust on the surface. So that's it about today's lecture, students. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening.